Today on Down to the Wire, final preparations. With less than a month left until the World Cup, the 32 national team squads are narrowed down to 30 men. Find out our thoughts on who's missing up next on Down to the Wire. Today is Thursday, May 15th. I'm Andrés Franken, this is Shawn Silva, and this is episode 18 of Down to the Wire. Today we're back to soccer, and today we're talking about a topic that we haven't touched in a while, the World Cup. We haven't really talked about it since the group draws, and today we're going to go over the squads that were recently announced.
Goalkeepers, biggest shock for me was Diego Lopez being left off of Spain. He's been solid for Real Madrid. He's even taken Casillas' job away when it comes to La Liga. So for him to be left off of Spain is quite shocking to me. You know, this guy has been amazing all season. 37 games he's played. He has 16 clean sheets. He's definitely notable to be left off of Spain over the likes. He could have even started for Spain, but Casillas is obviously, he's their guy. He's been winning for them, but I'm surprised that he's not at least a backup goalie.
It's not exactly news, Diego Lopez not making the national team. He's only appeared in one single game back in 2009, in which Pepe Reina started that game. But yeah, you're right. He's only lost 5 games of the 37 that he's played with Real. Granted, it is Madrid, but he took Casillas' job, so you assume that he'd get a little bit more attention on the national team. But that is not the case. Past the goalkeepers, onto the defense.
For me, it would have to be Ashley Cole being left off England. This guy, he's a proven defender. He's great on defense. It's really hard to get around him. They made it to the semis of Champions League, and a lot of it had to do with his defense because Chelsea was pretty good in the back end. For me, he should have been on the team for sure.
They're gonna need him in that tough group with Uruguay especially. You're sure that guys like Suarez, Forlan are going to be exploiting that defense. So, it's going to be a question mark there at the back for England. For me, though, it's Javier Zanetti, Argentina's defensive midfielder, but has usually played in the defensive line. He announced his retirement this year, but I think it would have been nice for him to go out playing in the World Cup. He's super solid, has been his entire career, most capped player for Argentina ever. And Argentina is very weak at the back. That is their biggest weakness by far on the team. The goalkeepers aren't that great either, but the defense is worst by far. And this guy, sure, he's old, but he plays like a machine. Like every game that I've ever watched Argentina play, this guy would put his heart into the game. And, I think they're going to really miss having him around, especially with the leadership that he had, right?
I have to agree with you. This guy, like you said, he puts his heart on his sleeve basically, and he gives it his all, especially for Argentina. And for them to leave him off, especially the year he retires, I think it's a little sad. You would like to at least see him on the squad. Like maybe he won't play, but at least he's on the team, and he's there to support them. But of course, the coaching staff didn't feel that way.
Who do you have in your midfield?
I have Nasri, and for him, 11 goals in 46 games for City. He's a good player, and he gives it his all. And I don't know not much left to say with him. He's definitely a notable big name to be left off of their team. And yeah, France has a lot of great players, but when it comes to the midfield, I feel Nasri did have a spot at least on the 30-man team.
He definitely had the talent. He's had some difficulties though with the coach for a few years now, so we kind of saw this coming, but it's still going to be a guy that they might end up missing. For me in the midfield, I have a guy who's never really had too much problem with his coaches, Kaká, being left out of the Brazil squad. Again, here, youth winning over experience. I feel like Kaká would have been a good leader to have on a young Brazil team. I think in a midfield that already has young players like Paulinho, Fernandinho, Oscar, I think Kaká would have been a good guy to have there. Maybe not start the games, but be there at least for his leadership, and I think room could have definitely been made for him.
I think that he could have done something, especially if one of the young guys struggles or goes down with injury, Kaká could definitely be a big replacement in that lineup. But unfortunately, he's left off of this World Cup, and I don't think he's ever going to be seen on the World Cup squad for Brazil anymore.
Finally, for forwards.
I got Carlos Tevez, and yes, it is Argentina, and they have a bunch of forwards to choose from, but Carlos Tevez has stepped it up. 45 games, 21 goals for Juve. Yeah, he's not going to be picked over the likes of, Messi and all these big players, Higuain, all these talents that Argentina have up front. Yeah, they're lacking in other places, obviously, but up front, Argentina is explosive. You would think that Tevez would at least make 30-man team, though, and I feel that he's a huge part of Argentina that's missing right now.
For me, it's Jermaine Defoe. This one's debatable. Yeah, he's another guy that's starting to get older. He came over to TFC, but he's had 14 goals, 14 goals in 22 games for Tottenham, and he's played 5 for TFC. And I don't know, personally, I would have taken him over Ricky Lambert. Ricky Lambert's pretty close in terms of experience and talent, but Defoe's a guy that knows where to be. He's always in the right place at the right time, and that's something that England, again, in such a tough group, is going to need. Defoe, with his 14 goals in his 26 games, Ricky Lambert took 39 matches to score 14 goals for Southampton this season. So, I don't know, I think Defoe might have been the better pick.
Now time for some little fun. We're going to pick our top 2 World Cup jerseys now that the kits are officially out, except for one.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, they're all out except Bosnia because they're special and they're not going to release theirs till June, apparently.
But yeah, we're going to pick our top 2 and our worst one, and maybe comment on a couple others, perhaps. But let's start with you. And who do you have for your best jerseys?
For me, personally, I really love the Germany jerseys this year, especially the home one, the classic white jersey, but they've also got that really nice red and black stripe across the chest. I don't know, I think it's very clean, very nicely done. Close second, though, the Dutch away jerseys. Those blue ones with they've got a really subtle pattern on them. I think they were also very nicely done, and they combine nicely with the orange. So those are my favorites. How about you?
I gotta go with, and not because
Surprise.
it's biased, but no, I just love Portugal jerseys, and it's not because it's Portugal, it's because of the design. I really like the red with the stripes across. It's something new that Portugal hasn't tried yet. And also the white jerseys, it's with blue. Uniting Portugal with that, it's new, it's refreshing, and it's simple, and I tend to like simple jerseys more. My second would probably be Brazil and their alternate jerseys. The blue ones, they're nice. It's something new with Brazil. The new pattern. Obviously, their home jerseys are typical. It's typical Brazil, but other than that, the classic Brazil, of course. But home team, home soil, and they kind of went all out with the blue jerseys, I would feel.
All right, and worst jerseys of the World Cup. For the most part, I've been impressed this year. There's some really nice ones, but then there's other guys, I don't know what they were thinking. Personally, I really don't like Nigeria's jerseys. I get that green is their national color, but this is a really weird combination of green. It's like a dark green with a lime green. As one of my friends put it, they're gonna blend in with the grass, and I don't know what they were thinking here. So that's gotta be the worst one for me.
For me, there was a lot to choose from. To be quite honest, there was a lot that I really like. What are you thinking? There was some with patterns on it, which really shouldn't have been there. But for me, it would be the simple approach, which I usually like. But Honduras, for me, I don't know what they were thinking. The simple blue and white with like an H.
And it would actually make a very nice T-shirt, but
a very nice T-shirt, but like
a little unconventional.
It's not a soccer jersey in my eyes. And a close second, and I have to mention this because it's really bothering me. What is up with Spain's away jerseys this year? It's just horrific.
Some people like them, but I don't know. They look like, like I said, Under Armour. I don't know. I don't know.
It looks like something I'll wear for practice, really. If not something I'll wear for a World Cup. And I think with a world-class team like Spain, they should do a bit better with their jerseys. So, yeah, that's it for today's episode. We'll be back next week with hockey, and the Montreal Canadiens are off to the...
Right?
Yeah, and the Montreal Canadiens are off to their conference finals. Who would have thought? And my playoff bracket's just...
I know. Yeah, same with mine. Unless the Ducks pull out a win, I'm screwed, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll be back. And start watching our videos, for God's sakes. See ya.